What if every cheap red spell turned your best creature into a whole theatrical production? Welcome to the Jank command. Rionya, Fire Dancer does not make a token, she casts a full understudy company for one dramatic combat. At the beginning of combat, Rionya counts the instant and sorcery spells you cast this turn, then makes that many temporary copies of another creature you control. Each copy has haste and leaves after combat, so our job is simple: cast a few spells, pick the funniest creature, and call places. Faithless looting, reckless impulse, and expedite are cheap ways to see more cards while building Rionya's count. They are not ornamental cantrips. Everyone is another actor on the battlefield when combat begins, which makes even a small turn feel like opening night. Seething Song, Desperate Ritual, Pyretic Ritual, Battle Hymn, and Mana Geyser let the deck pay for Rionya and still cast several spells before combat. The Mana Burst is intentionally pointed toward a visible turn, not a concealed loop. The box office is loud, fair, and very temporary. Young Pyromancer, Gutter Snipe, Kessig Flamer Breather, Thermo Alchemist, and Stormkill Artist reward us before Rionya even starts copying. They create bodies, chip life totals, and turn ordinary spells into treasure or damage. Harmonic Prodigy makes the Wizard and Shaman performances even more enthusiastic. Siege Gang Commander is the kind of Rionya target that makes everyone reread the commander. Several temporary copies bring a small army of goblins along for one scene. Krenko, Mob Boss and Krenko, Tin Street Kingpin offer different versions of the same joke: there are suddenly too many employees. MYR Battlesphere, Inferno Titan, Flame Tongue K-View, and Meteor Golem give the copy trigger real texture. Sometimes we want a ridiculous attack, sometimes a pile of enters the battlefield triggers, and sometimes we want the prop department to remove a permanent. Rionya makes the chosen scene suitably excessive. Terror of the Peaks turns every temporary performer into a damage queue. Drakaseth, Maw of Flames and Tyrant of Discord are high-impact targets that make a copied combat memorable without forming a compact infinite combo. The deck is trying to make a spectacle, not hide the ending in a footnote. Twinferno, Reverberate, Fork, and Increasing Vengeance add to the spell count while copying the spell that matters most. Fists of Flame can turn a leftover token into a surprising attacker. These cards reward sequencing and create stories, but the deck does not declare or rely on a compact 2-card infinite. Cursed Mirror is ramp that can briefly join the cast, while Idol of Oblivion turns token production into cards. Impact Tremors and Warstorm Surge make the temporary copies matter even when combat stalls. Fervor and Rising of the Day let Rionya or a supporting creature start performing without waiting for another turn. Chaos Warp, Abrid, Vandal Blast, Blasphemous Act, Chain Reaction, and Starstorm keep the stage from being occupied by someone else's problem permanent. Red Interaction is imperfect but flexible. We are here to make an entrance, not to trap the table under a permanent bad review. 35 lands, Mind Stone, Fire Diamond, Arcane Signet, and Ruby Medallion make the early turns reliable. Sokenzan, Crucible of Defiance, Den of the Bugbear, and Castle Emberwreath keep contributing after mana duties are done. The mana base is deliberately uncomplicated so the spells arrive on cue. The usual finish is straightforward: cast several spells, copy a creature with a devastating attack or enter the battlefield trigger, then let Warstorm Surge, Terror of the Peaks, or Comet Storm turn the applause into damage. Opponents can see the resources, remove the target, counter a key spell, or survive the combat with blockers. Develop mana and card flow early, then wait until Rionya